Hey, Fullness family, I miss you so much. During this time of quarantine, life has really slowed down for us. I'm sure it has for you too. We've kind of enjoyed this rest, universal rest for the entire world. It's like a Sabbath. And the tyranny of the urgent has given way to the stillness of life. And I'm trying to be still and know that He is God. I kind of enjoyed that. And so God has shown me a few, details about my life. And I don't know if that's happened for you, but small things have become more magnified. Things about your spouse or your children, your garden, things in your home that you may not have noticed before, but now that all the distractions are removed, you have more time on your hands. You begin to notice more of the little things, and I have done that. I've noticed some details in my life, and I feel like God is in the details. Those details matter to God too. In fact, one of my favorite verses in the Bible is Psalm 37:23. It says, "The Lord directs the steps of the godly. He delights in every detail of their lives." That's the best part. He delights in every detail of your life. The good, the bad, the ugly. He delights in it all. And in verse 24 it says, "Though they stumble, they will never fall, for the Lord holds them by the hand." When quarantine first hit, like many of you, I went to the store to stock up on a few things, and I didn't need much, but there's a few things I can't do without. One of them is half and half. I have to have cream for my coffee. So I went there to the store, and of course, all the shelves were bare. There was not one dairy product on the shelf, except on the very top shelf was one carton, and it was half and half, and it was my brand. And many of you know we're kind of health nuts. We eat a little weird sometimes, and my designer, I call it my designer cream, was sitting there waiting for me. It was grass-fed, half and half. And it was a stark picture for me because I had to look up to see it first of all, but it was like God put it there just for me. He placed that there. He provided that half and half just for me. And then I also needed some rice because, look at me, this Chinese Jamaican still eats rice with every meal. And so, again, the shelves were bare. There was nothing on the shelves except, again, on the top shelf, there were 5 bags of organic, short grain, sprouted brown rice. Who eats that? We eat it. That's the brand I buy sometimes. And the Lord knew that. He knows every detail about you. And again, it's like, He put it there just for me. That was a detail that He knew about me, that if, I would have been happy with any other rice, but He knew that I would appreciate that He provided down to the minutest detail for me, because He knows me. He cares about me. He loves me. He cares about the smallest details of my life. The passage continues in verse 25. "Once I was young, and now I am old. Yet I have never seen the godly abandoned, or their children begging for bread." He provided what I desired, not just what I wanted, but what I desired when I needed it. Friends, I don't know what you're going through right now. It's a time of isolation for many, and I don't know what your needs are or what your struggles may be before or after quarantine, but God does, and He knows every detail of your life. You may feel that no one sees you, or no one knows you, no one cares about you, but God does. And He's not abandoned you. He will not allow you to fall or to go hungry. He will provide for you at just the right time. Friends, take note of how God is moving in the very details of your life, because He is. We may not be working right now, but God is always working. No quarantine for God. He is always working on our behalf. And you can believe He's working in and through the details, big and small, of our life. That carton of half and half and that bag of sprouted organic brown rice were love notes to me from God. And I'm confident that if you seek out and look up, you will find God's love notes to you too. Because He delights in every detail of your life. I love you so much. I miss you, and I look forward to seeing you at the drive-in service on Wednesday. Bye.